I have created my basic bodice pattern and now I'm marking my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, which is 7, divided by 2, 3.5. So I mark that on all my guidelines down to the hip and I rule. For the dart intake, I'm using half inch on the waistline, 1 inch on the under bust line, and then on my bust point line, I go up by 1 inch and then I connect with my ruler. Now I'm transferring all the guidelines onto the front to the back of the bodice to create my back bodice. And I'm just going to mark and then separate it with the scissors to make things easier and faster. This is my front piece and I'm adding 2 inches allowance on the side down. And I'm also adding 1 inch allowance to the center front for my zipper. You know there's a zip on this design. Now I'm marking my back dart and I'm using 3.5. After that, I take half inch on my waistline for my dart intake and then I connect that down to the hip line. I'm just taping my front piece. I'm taping it down with my sellotape, so that it becomes one piece. Now we are done with the front and back pattern. So I'm cutting out my darts on the front. So it's time to create our inverted pleat. I'm measuring from my waist to the hem of my dress. So the length of this paper is going to be that measurement. Now I'm putting my dress patterns on top and I'm going to hold it in place with a sellotape like this. Just watch how I'm doing it very well. So the total space of this paper I inserted is 8 inches. The wider the paper, the wider your flare is going to be. For the back, I'm just repeating the same process. I get a piece of paper, I fold it into two to get the crease line at the middle. The pleat for the back is not going to be as wide as the one I did for the front. So for this back, I'm using 7 inches in total. For the back, we use 8. So now I'm just gumming it just like I did for the front. I just remember now that while I was cutting my pattern, I did not add any allowance. So now I'm adding 2 inches allowance. So that is all for cutting. I'll put up another video of me sewing this dress. Couldn't video it while I was sewing because it was a very rushed work. Anyway, check out my other video of me sewing this dress. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.